Item hash SCP-6989 Clearance Level 3 Confidential Object Class Keter Disruption Class 1 Dark Risk Class 1/Notice Special Containment Procedures SCP-6989 cannot be physically contained due to its size and nature. Distributed Task Force 10 Cloud Watchers 1 is to track SCP-6989 and initiate the authorized amnestication protocols if the need arises. Research into the anomaly is currently in progress, headed by the task force. Description: SCP-6989 is a single cumulonimbus cloud with a base length of approximately 2 km and a height of 1 km. Its base is always elliptical and does not alter through any known circumstances. It has been seen merging with many clouds but does not seem to grow any bigger itself after many observations conducted by 10. SCP-6989 is fully composed of water droplets and ice crystals but has not been observed to produce any form of precipitation to and is constantly in motion. With 10's observation reports, it has been noted that SCP-6989 appears to be attracted to areas with high atmospheric humidity. SCP-6989 can activate unusually localized and powerful electromagnetic pulses affecting even shielded electronics. This ability only affects technology with itself and does not affect any area outside the cloud. This has made an internal analysis of the cloud impossible. Radar scans have also been hindered by an unknown source within SCP-6989. Discovery: SCP-6989 was detected following an unidentified object breaching Earth's atmosphere on the 22nd of January 2021. It was located by weather radars after a cumulonimbus cloud manifested unnaturally in the local area. The connection between both events has not yet been concluded as a coincidence, and an investigation is still in progress. Incident 6989.01 2021/02/26 SCP-6989 came to the Global Occult Coalition's attention following the unnatural disappearance of the rainstorm over Miami, Florida. SCP-6989 had entered the vicinity and consumed a cumulonimbus cloud which was causing the storm over the city. A lead Operation 3 on the city was swiftly instigated. With the GOC's arrival, they immediately began preparations to initiate a decommissioning attempt on the anomaly. DTF-10 was unable to dissuade arriving GOC forces and all task force members were apprehended and detained. The GOC utilized altered missile technology to strike SCP-6989. The first 3 detonated successfully after entering SCP-6989, and the 4th and 5th seemed to make contact with a solid surface within the cloud. Immediately after, a high-pitched piercing noise was emitted by SCP-6989 and several appendages, with a resemblance to those of cephalopodic organisms, descended from SCP-6989 and assaulted the GOC forces below. Projectiles consisting of dense biological matter fell from SCP-6989 with considerable force, and the cloud retained a bluish tint following this exchange, which soon disappeared. A joint operation between the Foundation and the Global Occult Coalition was quickly initiated following the incident. The Foundation began assisting the Global Occult Coalition in attempts to neutralize the anomaly. Incident 6989.02 2021/02/28 SCP-6989 was seen attempting to subsume another cumulonimbus cloud. As preparations for heavy artillery bombardment were made, the Cloud SCP-6989 attempted to subsume, unleashed multiple appendages, and impaled SCP-6989. It appeared to be struggling, and the cloud quickly merged and consumed SCP-6989.